Today we are going to be doing a deep dive into my own personal hair equipment that is honestly things that I cannot live without. If these things didn't exist, the end result and the quality of my work would not be the same. Let me take you on a journey to why each item, each equipment is so important to me. Hit that subscribe button, sit back, relax, and let's do this. Hey guys, it's your boy Hung and welcome to another episode of Movement of Expression. Thank you for joining as we have a super duper amazing content for you. Today I'm going to give you an in-depth analysis of what my top 5 salon equipment are and explain to you why it is a necessity to have. Note, now this is not a sponsored ad by any means. Now it is important for us to have the right equipment in the salon. I know that for myself, without the correct tools, it really does hinder on my 1. My workflow, 2. My design process and how I create certain looks, or 3. Even the speed and how I manage my time within the workplace, 4. My transitions and how I would normally work on a daily basis, and that is something that I'll explain to you further in the video. When you have been using a certain product or equipment for a very long time, you end up being accustomed to it and then it becomes your favorite. Whether it is because subconsciously you are in love with that product for what it does and how it works, or maybe it just feels right. You know, none of the answers are wrong. The importance of learning how to hold your scissors properly was always a crucial learning curve. To be able to cut and to hold your scissors properly while maintaining steadiness and balance was not an easy task for me. One of my mentors had told me, you know, if you are able to do deep point cutting beyond 90 degrees, you will become a better cutter. To be able to achieve this, the trick is not to put your ring finger all the way through the handle, but merely only on the tip to achieve a harsher angle for point cutting. With the combination of point cutting and scissor over comb, a callus or a mound started to develop on my middle bone on my ring finger as the overuse and the pressure of the scissors was enough to cause discomfort. Being a fast and precision cutter, I needed a better alternative to give my finger a rest in that specific area. A game-changing moment when I had attended a workshop by Dimitri Pappas from Pappas & Pace, where he had taught me how to do clipper over comb. With a bit of time and practice, you know, I felt like I had mastered that technique, as it was simply faster to clipper over comb or to cut than to do scissors over comb, which leads me to my very first equipment. My experience and history with hair trimmers go a long way back, and if you had asked me to write a PhD on it, I might just do it. Now, the previous salon cordless trimmers varied in models from wows to silver bullets, and were always constantly rounding out of batteries for my heavy duty use. Therefore, the corded wow detailers was perfect for what I had needed and served its purpose for many years. Within 6 years, I had purchased 2 pairs of these detailers with roughly about 15 replacement blades. And although loved, there were plenty of drawbacks that I would like to share. 1. The cord. The necessity to have a power point free at all times was a tedious one, because normally all the power points would be in use, and through wear and tear, the cord where it had attached itself to the clipper would eventually break. 2. The barrier. Now, even when cleaned, little hair snippings will eventually accumulate under the barrier and between the blades, causing it to be less efficient. 3. The blades. In essence, the barrier will eventually cause the hair to create rust internally between the blades. Once cleaned, it was very tricky to get the blades back on and to get them to cut as how you had taken them off initially. 4. The maintenance. Now, the expense of having to purchase replacement blades every 4 to 5 months was not a cheap exercise. Therefore, the Babyliss Pro GOLDFX hair trimmers is literally my favorite cutting tool, even above all my hairdressing scissors. 1. The Babyliss GOLDFX Skeleton Lithium hair trimmers. Not only is it a rechargeable wireless trimmer, it is also an open blade with zero gap. 1 year on, I have yet to see any issues with the battery life, and the open blade makes it more accessible to cleaning. If you really wanted to do a seamless blend from skin, this product with a zero gap can definitely give you those results. It is important to oil them regularly as the metal blades can cause heat through friction. It solves all the issues that I had with my previous trimmers, and although it might be a bit too bling for my personality, clients will always comment and admire how expensive it looks. As a hairdresser, I hate the idea of blow drying as it is one of the most tedious and time-consuming things to do. What I find myself over the years is getting a junior stylist to come and assist to blast off 95% of the moisture out of the hair and come through with a powder brush to either wrap dry, detangle the knots, or to smooth out the hair. I much rather utilize my time more effectively to either polish up my style or to refine my haircuts. 3. The Denman Paddle Brush D84. One of the reasons why I love the Denman Paddle Brush D84 is the size, as it is slim and is less chunky than other alternative brands out there. It may sound strange, but the cushion itself reminds me of puppy paws, light and soft. And the dark matte finish of the material gives a really soft touch to the skin and gives a sense of quality. I will probably receive a bit of hate for this, but you will rarely ever see me use a metal round brush. Quite frankly, I actually don't believe in them. Now here's a thought. Static can be a common issue between medium to fine-haired clients, as not only are you putting excessive heat through the round brushes, but you're also adding another layer of heating appliance over the top that can be anywhere between 185 to 220 degrees. Personally, I can achieve the following results. 1. The straightest hairstyle only using a paddle brush and straighteners. 2. A wave that will last for days only using just the very basic of a paddle brush and curlers. 3. Wrap drying to the flattest result to be able to check my haircut efficiently. 3. The Denman Large Cutting Comb DC04. There are definitely some cheap plastics out there, but not this comb. I'm a pretty straight type of guy. Just give me a good damn comb. I don't need anything fancy such as dots or measurements along the side of my comb to be able to show me how much length I'm cutting off, nor do I need any sort of fancy tooth to be able to section out the hair because I can already do that quite well. What I do need is a reliable and a heavy duty comb that does not bend and can also withstand thick hair as I am creating tension within the section. This is the Denman DC04 Large Cutting Comb, 223mm in length and is made from carbon, which not only gives it durability but can also withstand the pressures of heat. For anyone that knows me, if I'm going to straighten the hair, it has to be dead smooth with no flyaways. This comb is essential as I follow my straighteners directly above my comb to create the flattest surface. And to be able to do this, the comb has to be heat resistant and also static free. A really hot tip, what I have found useful in the salon is to always keep 2 of the exact same cutting combs in your pouch or your case at all times, just in case you drop one of them onto the salon floor. Instead of excusing yourself from the client to rinse, just pick up another comb and just continue providing that service. I mean, this isn't rocket science, but it definitely has helped me with my efficiency in the salon workplace. 4. The Excellent Edges Stingray and also the Barracudas. The Rolls Royce of hairdressing tools. It is the holy grail of what we cherish most. Not because it is the most important tool, but it's so goddamn expensive that we guard it with our flipping lives. Precious. Why is it so expensive? Well, it has something to do with the forged metal that was created by a Japanese warrior who had a son that became a blacksmith, and he had passed those knowledge onto his ancestors. Now, if you didn't get my sarcasm, then there surely is a problem there. I have roughly about 10 pairs, 6 of them of which I have never even blinked an eye at or even have touched. That's how bad I am. And you're probably thinking, the more, the merrier. Well, you'll be surprised with my answer, and the answer is actually no. What my experience has taught me is that the more selection you have, the less efficient you are, because you are more likely to look dumbfounded at your pouch or your case and thinking about what you're going to use, knowing full well that they all do the same shit. The point that I'm trying to get across is that realistically, you only need 2 pairs of scissors. Your cutting scissors and your texturizers. That's all. Regarded as my right hand man, that should be noted is actually on my left, is the Excellent Edges Stingray. Don't worry, I understand that left-handers live a painful life. From 1, leaving pen smudge marks absolutely everywhere. 2, not being able to use a tangle teaser or the foot brush because there's only one design. And 3, paying a premium price on our scissors because we are special. Discrimination at its best, but let's not let distract us for the fact that the Excellent Edges Stingray is 1, brilliantly designed for usability and comfort. 2, evenly weighted for scissor overcomb. 3, it is being a great alternative for being an all-rounder scissors. The tips of the blade is serrated to eliminate any drag whilst cutting and will give you precision and a banger of a haircut. Just one look at those aggressive teeth and it's no surprise that these blades are actually called the Barracudas. In my opinion, it is Excellent Edges' creative masterpiece as it is one of the best texturizers on the market. The Barracuda provides a 6-inch blade with 30 unique angled radial teeths, which provides 1, a seamless and smooth transition to remove bulk. 2, can be used and flipped to cut externally or internally. But what I love most about the Excellent Edges Barracuda is the control that you get when you're taking a large section to texturize the hair, as it doesn't pull or drag the hair due to the direction of the angular teeth, which is honestly some of the issues that I had with the previous brands. There is a reason why all my scissors are at 6-inch in length, and it is to compensate for filthy mind. The addition of having the same size scissors will ultimately affect how you make your judgment and trust your abilities in your own ninja skills. It evens out the weight ratio and you will be accustomed to how it feels to make better judgment on how far or how wide you can take that section before cutting your fingers off. At this point, you might be starting to understand my dry sense of humor. In any case, trust me on this. 5. The Excellent Edges Black Flat Pouch. The idea of not being able to find something can be a frustrating one, especially when you had left your equipment somewhere and then magically it disappears. Whether it was from your efficient junior stylist cleaning up your mess and packing up your equipment, or whether it was a ghost that lurks within the salon walls. I wouldn't know because I actually don't have that problem, but my peers do. One of the most common lines that I hear in the salon constantly is, "Hey, where did my scissors go?" Like it has legs. Well, in the salon workplace, efficiency and time management has always been one of my core values. Whenever there is an opportunity for a shortcut or to save time, I will always use those opportunities to either hone down on my styling or perfect a haircut. I will do so at the expense of the time that has been accumulated from being efficient and also not mucking around. Every second counts. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm a cowboy that's decided to go on a wild adventure. No, I am here because what carries me through life is the Excellent Edges Black Flat Pouch. The pouch itself has inserts of up to 6 pairs of scissors, with an additional large back pocket and a front sub pocket with a leather band going across. It houses my most essential tools. 1, my Stingray. 2, my Barracudas. 3, 2 of my cutting combs. 4, my powder brush. 5, my blush brush. And I will also have 4 additional sectioning clips. No longer do I have to ravage through trolleys to find a clean brush to use. Nor do I have to worry about my scissors being dropped by someone not being careful enough, or making sure my sectioning clips are color free. All of these I don't have to worry about anymore. Everything has a reason, and my reasoning for this is structure, to create a bit of productivity and efficiency. I know I say this a lot. Now imagine being responsible for your own hair equipment, knowing exactly where they exist in the very confines of your own pouch. No doubt the thought is deep and maybe over the top, but for me it gives me a sense of relief and also a bit of sanity to be able to control my own destiny. An honorable mention that didn't quite make the list, but it is my 15-year-old Fusion blush brush that no longer exists. The soft bristle is perfect to gently wipe off all the hair snippings from the face and the neck. It is a must-have in everyone's kit, as it is a better alternative than getting slapped by those nylon plastic neck brushes. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Movement of Expression. Now, if you enjoyed this video and stayed to the very end, make sure you like this video and hit the subscribe button, as it would really help support this channel out. If you have any suggestions that you would like me to cover, feel free to leave it in the comments below and I'll promise you I'll take a look at it. For more of my salon work, follow me on The Hair Craftsman, and to draw more inspiration with photographic work, follow me on Movement of Expression. Thanks once again guys, join the movement and we'll see you next time.